recording. Okay, so this is for the people on YouTube. We tried to cast Ray and VonDutch live. We took a look at the drafts. I will show them quickly. So this was played on round 2. So Gugong is going to be the map for game 1. I just show you the draft for the moment. You can just stop the video later on YouTube if you're watching this. I'm sorry, but we waited like 15 minutes for them to play the first game, and Ray hosting the lobby forgot to allow spectators, so we couldn't really watch it. So we waited for the recording, which I just got. Let me restart the game because apparently the recording is not showing up for whatever reason. Speaking of the players, we're going to see Ray, who is around 1700 at the moment, with highest of 1900. From the US, is going to be playing VonDutch from Italy, who is a 2K player, currently sitting at his highest. So just a moment for the game to launch, so I had to restart it. And everything should be working just fine now. Can I see the rec? Okay, now I see the rec. And we are... Okay, finally, we have the game. Okay. So, sorry for the wait. We have Mayans for Ray in teal against VonDutch in the red, playing as the Spanish. Now, Spanish, they're probably amongst the two civs, the one which you associate more with Arena, due to the potential for unique unit play, and then for their monks when they get the Inquisition tech. Sorry, I was just thanking VonDutch again on Discord for providing us with the rec. So you would think that Spanish are the more proper, if you will, civ for Arena, but that's because we're used to the current meta. If you go back something like 5 or 6 years, Mayas were actually a pretty common pick on Arena because the meta was less about fighting for relics with the scouts or with unique units. And the game sound is not working for some reason. Yeah, I do not know why the capture rate is not providing any sound. Anyway, apparently we cannot have a proper casting session today. But back to my point. I will just need to speak more to make up for the lacking sound. So, as I was saying, about 5 to 6 years ago, we saw more unique unit play for map control, not as a, castle drop into unique unit, but it was pretty common to go Mayans, even Mongols. You delete some walls at home, you drop a castle there, and then you use the plumes and the the mango dice for map control. You also saw Spanish being played like that. And so you still fought for the Reichs, but with unique units, not with the scouts. So I wonder if that's what Ray is thinking here. I wouldn't say Mayans are the worst Arena civ. I think there are even worse civs for that map. But they used to be played a lot. Them and Aztecs. So Aztecs used to be played a lot as well. They are still better than Mayans, but they're not played as much. But that's also because the meta shifted due to the extremely good civs we got for Arena. Well, first it was the Burgundians, and then we got Bohemians, and then Bengalis and whatnot, and so on and so forth. So at the moment, Mayans still not a great save for arena, unless you go for some wacky plays with Eagles or the Plumes. And by the way, Eagles got buffed in the previous patch, so they now produce faster than they used to, which should be nice. Spanish, again, they're just your standard arena civ. Now, I see neither player is going for the boars, which is a little bit sad. I thought Ray would try it. Yeah, and we see a mining camp on the stone, so he's definitely thinking plumes. And honestly, I think this kind of map plays more into unique units. I mean, Castle at Home unique units for map control compared to Arena, because it's more open, right? On Arena, you generally have forest on this area, like in this distance from the edge of the map. So it's more closed, and it plays more into a singular, slow-moving push. So with monks, siege, halberdiers, bomber cannons, and whatnot. But on a map like this, which is pretty open, and your base doesn't occupy that much of a space, mobile units like Eagles and Plumes could have more potential. That said, Spanish do have access to an incredibly strong, unique mobile unit in the Conquistadors. So we'll see about that. Now, Plumes against the Kongs. I do prefer the Kongs. That said, Plumes are easier to mess because they cost wood and gold. So it's easier to mess Plumes and just develop your eco behind that because you're not spending any food. Plumes now are pretty tanky. I think they sit at 60 HP, which is insane for a foot archer. And Kongs, before getting bloodlines, they sit at 55 HP. So Plumes actually have extra HP, but the Kongs are just have a higher attack. They end up having the same range. It's 6 for the Kongs and 4+2 for the Mayans once you get Botkin. So yeah, it could be tricky. That said, Plumes, if you get Ballistics, they might be able to do something against the Kongs. But then again, Plumes get countered quite easily by Mangonels due to their shortened range compared to, for example, crossbows. And Conquistadors plus Mangonels is such a strong push that it's very difficult to deal with any civ, really. And Mayans do not get Redemption, so they will not have that option to counter the Mangonels. But Maya Nico behind this should be stronger compared to Spanish, unless VonDutch walls to the sides and decides to go for a market himself and trade with the Gaia markets and use that Spanish bonus on the trading units, moving faster. Not moving faster, but generating more gold. Oh, if you're Spanish and you see Mayans, you would not go Kongs. What would you go for? Monk, Siege, or Siege Knights? Something like that? Okay, so both players on stone. Very similar build. They both had 3 stone. They have the same amount. Well, now VonDutch sold 100 to get up because he was not taking gold, whereas Ray, he is. Granted, he went up 1 vil later than his opponent, and he's going to be behind by 2 because they also had some idle TC. His resources will be lasting longer, which is nice, for example, for the wood times, because it means that they become less efficient slower. And then, of course, it works out well for the hunt, it works out well for the sheep, for I don't think it applies to farms. It might, but I might be mistaken. But we'll see. Both up to castle. Spanish are up a minute faster, so if VonDutch decides to go for an aggressive castle on his opponent, due to him being Spanish, he's going to be able to build it up quite fast, and Ray will have nothing to deal with it. So this could be tricky for our American player. Oh, actually, Ray is the one going forward. He's probably a little bit too early. Will VonDutch see that? So he might. Okay, no, he will not, because Ray is going this way. Okay, so here's the castle from VonDutch. Ooh, he's trying to see if Ray has any vills coming forward. Wait. Where is Ray going with the vills? Where is he going? I thought he was going to drop it here. Oh, please don't tell me. Ooh. Okay, now he knows about his opponent. Castle. No. Ray, no. Dude. Okay, he deleted it. He buys the stone back. I mean, he's idling 14 vills from VonDutch. But now there's a conk out. He now knows about the castle. I mean, Ray should be able to get it up. A single conk and a single scout are not going to be able to deny this. I think... Is that no loom? Okay, no, he got loom. Oh, please don't tell me you deny that. There's no way, right? Okay, yeah, the castle goes up. Also, new skin for the Mayan castle. And if you've never watched Ray play, this is why you bought him. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Scrappy gameplay. He's behind by 6 vills. Okay, we have a monk for VonDutch. He's already going for the rags, as he should. New skin for the monks as well. I think Italians and Spanish and maybe Portuguese, they share this kind of, well, not a cardinal looking monk. It looks like more a old-timey Catholic priest that you would see here on the Italian peninsula and in Spain and Portugal. Conk's just being annoying. Ray should need a monastery of his own. He's actually close to Imperial. Okay, I know Ray really likes his fast-in plays. And I think that's what he's going to go for. I don't think that's play here, though. Still missing Botkin and fletching even. Yeah, there it is. So he's going to try to trap this down. But he's still on a single bloom. Okay, he's making more. Now we have Petards from VonDutch, who is going to be able to take down the walls from his opponent. Oh, why I played TGs with him? Well, because it's fun. I mean, to be fair, it's most of the times when we play those TG tournaments, it's me, Ray, and possibly Sean. And I think in that situation, amongst the three of us, we share a single brain cell. So it's pretty fun games when we do that. But yeah, I've criticized the Ray before because of his fast-in plays. Yeah, there's the petards. And there's no defense here for Ray. Yeah, Kongs will just be able to run through here. getting no damage basically on them. Plumes are going to be coming, new skin for the plumes as well. The previous one is now being used for the elite version. And I mean, Ray is going to be able to afford a single trebuchet. Maybe two. He could move, yeah, he could move his gold villagers to this gold. And the moment he gets Bodkin Arrow, this caster should be able to snipe the Kongs sitting over there. Yeah, but Ray doesn't even wait for Imperial, he just calls the GG. And so game 1 goes to VonDutch. Let me see statistics real quick. Economy, yeah, VonDutch was ahead. I mean, he was actually making vills, so that makes sense. Uptimes, better for him. And yeah, so that said, I mean, I'm not surprised knowing Ray that he went for that kind of play, but still, I would like to see him playing in a different way sometimes. Okay, so now I'm going to look for the second game real quick. Hopefully I can find the lobby. Just 1 second. Okay, here it is. For Lagoon Forest. Has it started on Capture Age? Yes, it has. And we still have no sound on Capture Age. I wonder why. Wait, let me just maybe restart Capture Age. Right, because that might be just a temporary issue. Okay, now it's working. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Should have probably tried that for the previous game as well. Anyway. Hello VonDutch, thank you for following. So, game 2, we have Ray playing in the Teal Eskelds, as I predicted, and then we have Malians from VonDutch. I was not expecting Malians, I was expecting Lithuanians. We saw yesterday... Wait, it was Neos who was his opponent, I've already forgotten. Anyway, Neos' opponent was playing as Lithuanians. Oh, it was Team Winchester, okay, yeah. And I think overall it was a good pick. So I'm curious to see how VonDutch will play the Malians instead. Celts, I can see them. Oh yeah, wait, weren't? Oh yeah, Lithuanians were banned. And but the other option was Italians. So I would probably opt for that one over the Malians. But I mean, that's just personal preference, right? And yeah, we have no Teutons from Ray, so no Teuton douche. But now Celts are sometimes a little bit of a an underrated civ. They can be strong on maps like this one, where you have many choke points due to the strong siege. And I also believe that their wood bonus, it's pretty good when you're going for scrappy games, which is Ray's style. So this would be doable. I mean, I remember drafting Celts in team games for Ray and just that enabling us to win on his side because he likes to play flank. The wood bonus allows you to spam units basically, especially in Feudal Age. It does fall off in Castle Age because you're missing Thumbring, but for Feudal Archers it's an amazing bonus. Now, of course, I doubt we'll be seeing Celt Archers from Ray in this game. He's probably going to go for an aggressive play. I mean, he could even go Man-at-Arms Towers into Siege if he wanted to. Oh, you were expecting Teutons. Yeah, I was as well. I thought he'd go Teutons on Roar Guy. And no, you did not get lamed here. You just took in your second boar. No, sorry, not a Roar Guy. It was Dugong. Okay, yeah, I can see why the battles would make sense against the siege. Yeah, that's a pretty good read on your opponent's strat. I mean, I could see Teutons as well on this one, right? As we saw yesterday, yeah, you can wall off pretty easily, but some areas are quite far away from your TC, like this one and this one. So I could see maybe a Teuton Tower Rush working on this one. Oh, you mean the sheep? Oh. Ooh, sorry, I wasn't looking at the sheep generation. So you have 4, 5. I mean, unless you took one, only one, this should be the right amount, no? Actually, let's just see. I just want to see if you maybe had a weird generation. So 2, 4, 7, 6, 8. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think Ray comes in here with the scout and takes that. Yeah, okay, yeah, you got lamed. And we're back at what we were at. Okay, Ray coming forward with Vils. VonDutch trying to... Oh. 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 Oh my god, Ray. Just attack the gate. It's 3 speed. No, the other one. Okay, Ray is just coming forward with sending the whole barn, but he's not going to have food go up. Wait, is he douching? Let's go, Ray. Let's go. Yes. Yes, Ray. I know. VonDutch knows it. It's not going to work. And it's not like he can drop it here because there's the elevation. I think this is the only area. Okay, that works. That works. Nice. Worth it. Let's go. Does he have Vils on wood? He doesn't. Okay, now he's sending Vils to wood. And with the Celts bonus, he should be able to Oh, actually... So I keep forgetting if that works, but I know... So it's cheaper for Malians to build TCs now. Of course, it doesn't apply to the first TC they build. But I think that also applies to the repair cost. Now, Will that be enough to kind of equalize the Celt bonus for wood? I do not know. But that is definitely nice to have. I mean, Biscuits, they shouldn't lose. So in a vacuum, yeah, they should be losing the TC war because they have no bonus for the TC, but they chop wood faster, so they should be able to keep repairing at the same rate as their opponent, but with less veils on wood, ideally. But yeah, this is not going to work. He took too much damage while the TC was going up, and Ray just calls the GG. But yeah, I mean, if you're going for the TC drop, yeah, 2 tones definitely better. You can carry some more veils, and that gives you extra arrows after a certain amount. So yeah, those were some pretty fast games. So I guess I could try casting another set. Let's see what we have available. Let me take a look at the Rex. So we have, okay, Otter against Yosoipatsu was casted. Okay, I think I'm going to do Loredek against Metalmania, which was from round 1. They played on Tuesday, so that should be on the new patch, and I should not have to downgrade my game to the previous patch. Let me see real quick if I can load the games. If I can, I will do that one. Okay, yeah, I can load the games just fine. So, whoa. No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. Alright, so let me load up the drafts. This is the maps. Where are you? Here. And we have civs for Loredek against Metalmania. Alright, so as I said, this is from round 1, so we're going to have Corina as our game, our map for game 1, and then we'll have Confluence for our second game. Now, save-wise, we have as admin bans, Poles, Aztecs, Britons, Bengalis, and Koreans. Now, Britons, we've seen them a couple of times on Corina, and I think they lost both times. Then, as bans from Magdeck, we have, well, Magdeck is also known as Loredek on the Discord. I most of the times call him Loredek, so if you see Magdeck in game and I say Loredek, it's him. He banned Persians and Hindustanis, which I like because of how open Corina is. I mean, I know you start in a walled base, but then it becomes quite open. So I like those bans. And we've seen Persians do pretty well on that map, so that's a good ban. And then we have Mongols and Georgians banned by Metalmania. Again, 2 very strong saves. I 100% understand that ban. Metalmania then proceeded to snipe Saracens, which left Magdeck with Dravidians, Portuguese, and Slavs. In Magdeck, he then sniped Byzantines, leaving his opponent with Italians, Ethiopians, and Lithuanians. I like the Byzantine snipe because on Confluence, I still haven't casted a single set on that one, but I believe fireships are going to be king on it, so sniping Byzantines, it makes sense. Alright. So, with that said, oh, I haven't introduced the players. It's the first time I cast them in the season, so let me do that. Okay, we have Loredek, who is from my same clan. And then we have Metalmania. So, Metalmania, he's currently sitting at 1500, but he has a highest of 1650. And he's a player from Argentina. He played in the previous season, of that I'm sure. I forget if he played in previous season, in other seasons as well. And then we have Loredek, also known as Loredek, who started playing with us in the previous season and has come back for more in this one. And he's sitting at mid 1600s. And as I said, he's from my same clan. He is a fellow Italian player. And I would say he performs better on maps where there is some water involved. So hybrid maps, nomad maps, I think those are his best maps. So I'm quite curious to see him on Confluence, because I think he will perform good on that one. Alright. That was the draft. Let's jump into the game. So, Crorina, this was played on the patched version, if I'm not mistaken, because I see no relics being spawned around. So yeah, the only relic access the players will have will be by destroying these wonders in the middle. Now, we have Ethiopians in the grey for Metalmania, and Slavs in the red for Loredek. Interesting civs. I'm not sure we've seen Ethiopians played that much in the league. Same with Slavs, so it's nice to see some variety. Also, let me change the stream title real quick. Okay, there we go. So, as I was saying, we haven't seen Ethiopians and Slavs played that much, and both Seeds will have access to very strong siege. Slav siege is just cheaper, and Ethiopians with unique tech, their siege will just have more blast damage. That applies to the Rams, the Onager, and the Scorpion and Bomber Cannons as well. So, to every single siege unit. And before the introduction of, well, not introduction, before the split of the Indian civilizations, Ethiopians used to be the only civ with full access to the whole siege workshop units, right? But now, of course, they do not get the elephant line, so they do not have everything in the siege workshop. Slavs, on the other hand, they do not have access to the siege elephant, nor to the bomber cannons. But again, their siege is cheaper, so it should be easier for them to field more of that. Now, aside from siege, Ethiopians, they tend to rely more on archers, whereas Slavs, they tend to rely more on cavalry during the mid game, and then in the late game they have two options really. So they can either go for their unique unit, which is the boyar, which you can think of as a very strong knight, or they can rely on their infantry, which, thanks to their unique tech, Drugina, it will just deal some trample damage around them, which is 5 flat damage to units. And by flat I mean it's not blockable by armor or anything else, which is pretty nice. Okay, we see Loom from Metalmania, so that tells me he wants to go for a fast field build, which is nice. Now, again, same old question for when we cast this map. Do the players know about the the towers, that you can hop in and hop out on the other side to take this gold, which is safe within these walls. And by the looks of it, I don't think they do. Actually, oh, okay, no, Metalmania just got the loom to be safer on the walling. So they're both going for fast castle. That makes sense. Loredek just being a little bit more greedy by avoiding to get loom. I mean, he's probably thinking, well, I'm pushing tier. So at this point in the game, my opponent is doing that as well. I do not need to worry too much about his scout coming forward and sniping my build. Okay, so Loredek clicks up to feudal. And he's going for this gold. So I don't think he knows about how the towers can work. Same for Metalmania. Idle TC time is quite similar. And now, so Ethiopians, they will get 100 wood, 100 food and 100 gold for free once they get to feudal age, which is going to be nice. And on fast castle builds, especially on arena, you sometimes see people playing as Ethiopians. They do not build a mining camp because you normally do not get loom. So ideally, you do not need to get some gold as you're going up, because you start with 100, you need 200 to get to castle. You get the remaining 100 as you get up to feudal age. So you can play out with that a little bit. But since he got loom, he had to go for gold. Loredek, on the other hand, being Slavs, he's going to be able to have faster working farmers, which is just going to get better and better for him as the game goes on. Now, speaking of farms, I'm quite surprised nobody has played Franks on this map yet, considering you start with 2 different sets of berry bushes. And well, Franks, they also get the farmer grades for free, which is nice. And they're a good cav sieve, which could work on this map because of how open it is. Market blacksmith from both players, yes. We see Loredek is already up to castle. Metalmania, he's idling a little bit. Yeah, he was missing the gold. But now he clicks. And interestingly enough, he hasn't put down a single farm for the time being. He could maybe get horse color before dropping even his first farm. I don't think he will be able to wait for heavy plow as well. I mean, if it does, then he cannot go straight into a multiple TC boom build, which I think is what he wants to do, because I see no archery range nor stable from him. So yeah, he's probably just going to go for horse color, drop some farms with the villagers who are on sheep, and take it from there. Yeah, the woodlands for Metalmania are not the greatest due to the rocks generation, but I mean, later on, the moment he finishes cutting through this, he could maybe drop a wall here and drop his lumber camp in there, which could be nice. He does have a couple of woodlines back here, Yeah, and later on he will have to expand this side. Loredek going for a TC on this wood line. He will probably drop... Okay, no, he's going to use the wood for more farms before dropping his 3rd TC. Metalmania going straight for 3 TCs. With that amount of farms, I don't think he's going to be able to keep up production, but we'll see. Okay, we have a monastery for Magdex, but that's not going to be helpful because there are no relics on the map at the moment. Oh, thank you, Otter. I'm happy to hear that. Hey, Maxi. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Okay, so for the time being, just booming from both players. Again, Magdeck going for the monks, but I don't think he saw any relic on the map unless I'm mistaken. Yeah. And he's looking for them, right? He maybe didn't read about how the map got patched after the issues with the relic countdown. And honestly, the moment I saw him drop a castle here, sorry, not a castle, a TC here, I was expecting a siege workshop instead of a monastery. And that's because if he doesn't know about the towers, which can be used to access this gold, then this love pick makes sense, right? Because you get cheaper rams, and if in his mind he needs to take down the walls to get this gold, then yeah, Slav rams make sense. Before finding out about the towers, I was thinking Kumas myself, because you get capped ram in Castle Age, which makes it easier to take down the walls. But no, he just went for his monastery. Now dropping the 3rd TC. And as I was saying, Metalmania dropped his 3rd TC too soon, as you can see by the fact that he has 3 minutes of idle time. Whereas Magdeck, he prioritized farms and, well, monastery was not needed, but sure. He prioritized farms. He didn't get the 2nd farming upgrade, but that is fine. He converted a veil, so he could be very annoying if he wanted to. Right now. I don't know if he's... how good he is at quick walling, but I guess... I mean, he will not even try. No. If you're listening to me, do not go rams against these walls. You can just hop into the towers and hop off on the other side. If you want to go, I mean, you can still go rams, but do that on your opponent's walls, not these Gaia walls. There's no need. Ooh, would be fun if you could convert the Wonder. I mean... Wait, I think you can convert Wonders, can't you? Oh, I heard the ram. There we go. Okay, so he's going to get access to the gold by taking down the walls. Okay, so I know there's the 3rd mission in the Barbarossa campaign where you can convert the Milan Wonder. Again, I do not remember if that's a wonder or a monument. But I think it's a wonder, because monuments, they change player the moment you have... the moment the amount of units changes, right? Like these towers. This one is red because Loredek or Magdeck got close to it, but if now, since his opponent is his scout is quite far away, if, let's say, an archer from Metalmania came here, the tower will switch to Metalmania. Oh, you cannot convert these wonders, okay. So, Maxi, to answer your question, how to get to the gold. See these towers? You bring your units close to them, so you get control of them. And you can garrison. So you garrison and you hop out on the other side. And that's how you access this gold. Okay, Loredek going all in with the with the infantry and the rams. And I mean, he was in the previous season, he played a lot of Romans, just going for a 3TC boom into full Legionnaires and Scorpions. And I guess with Slavs you can do something similar. Although he's going for Rams this time around, which makes sense because his opponent is walled. But there are houses. There is no siege workshop from Metalmania. So he's going to not have an answer to the Rams for the time being. Does he know about the siege workshops? Okay, he doesn't. Oh, okay. Now he sees the ram. And I mean, the moment you see this amount of rams, you should be dropping a siege workshop immediately. Yeah, there it is. And maybe wall this up. But honestly, this amount of rams, by the time, yeah, the workshop goes up and you have a mangonel out, these rams will break through these walls. You need to stone wall behind this. And you cannot exactly fight the rams with vills because there are long swordsmen inside of them. Also, quick reminder that Slavs, since the supplies upgrade was removed from the game, they now get arson and gambesons for free, which is pretty good for their swordsmen. It's also pretty easy for Slavs to keep up unit production thanks to their farming eco. Okay, we have a mangonel for Magdek as well, taking a shot on the crossbows. Also, sorry, that's a little bit loud, I think. Okay, we have a castle drop, which is going to be quite bad for Metalmania because it takes control of 2 of his wood lines. Well, not completely of this one, but if he wants to take wood now, he has to come this side, which will leave him exposed. Oh, and it looks like Metalmania, he figured he could get into the towers and hop off the other side. But he is not making mangonel. Swordsmen, they just pop out. And Loredek is going to be able to click up to Imp behind this. I love this. Infantry play is so nice. I love to see Loredek doing this. And honestly, I mean, I know Metalmania is up to Imp, but I don't see what he can do from this position. He lost his siege workshop, Loredek can just jump out with the swordsman here to murder the Vils. There are enough swordsmen to kill the crossbows as well. Swordsman also got faster since with the new patch. And yeah, he got squares as well, so look at that, 1.06 movement speed against 0.96, so they can catch up to the crossbows. And yeah. And I mean, Loredek is up as well. And yeah, Metalmania calls the GG. Very nice play. Very, very nice play. I love this. Nice. I mean, nice play from Loredek. I think Metalmania. I know I criticized the, the timing for the TCs and amount of farms. Sure, but aside from that, I think his overall build was fine. What killed him, which is something that usually happens on Arena, especially team game Arena, is that he had no vision on what his opponent was doing. So he just boomed away blindly. Whereas, as you can see, Loredek, he had outposts just to get an idea of what his opponent was doing. I mean, he also had the Monk forward and the Scout forward just to check what Metalmania was doing. But being Ethiopians, your outposts, they cost no stone, and they have extra line of vision. If you want to boom away, just send 1 or 2 Vils forward to drop outpost, just to have an idea of what your opponent is doing and what you need to do in order to prepare. If he does that, I think he's fine, right? Because he can maybe see the siege workshop as they're going up. You see that, you drop a couple of your own. By the time the rams show up, you already have 2 manganos out, and you're fine, I think. Hello, Jasuki. Welcome. So, yeah, I think not having map vision is what killed Metalmania in the end, because his eco was nice. Let's look at the statistics real quick. I expect... Yeah, Loredek was ahead, especially well, not by that much with the foot. But Ethiopians, you do not really need a strong eco as the slabs, because you're going for archers, which do not require that much eco to begin with, at least compared to, cavalry or infantry play. So that was still fine. It's just the map awareness, which was lackluster for him, if you will. Uptimes were quite similar. Yeah, even villagers, they're quite similar now. And the difference might be due to the fact that for the past couple of minutes, Metalmania was losing Vils, whereas Magdeck was creating them. Yeah, I think this is around the moment where Loredek comes in with the Rams. And as you can see, there isn't that much of a difference in Vils. Alright. So that was game 1. Let me load up game 2, which is going to be on Confluence. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we have Dravidians for Magdeck in the red, and Italians from Metalmania here in the grey. Now, Confluence, I haven't casted this one yet, so let's talk a bit about the map. As you can see, you have the map divided in 3 different sections by these rivers in the middle. There is deep fish, so it is definitely worth it to make a dock, especially in areas like this one, or here in the middle where you have more dip fish available. And you're always going to start on opposite, if you will, islands compared to your opponent, and then there's a neutral one, which you both have access to thanks to these shores. You do not have that much resources available, right? Aside from your starting golds, which you have 2 of, and your stone. The only stones and gold left around the map are like 1 tile. So map control is going to be important for those extra resources, but they're not that many, which I believe will produce games which do not last that long. Also, as Tech pointed out while casting this map, I forget which set it was, because of these wood lanes, expanding is going to be very hard because you do not have that much space to drop buildings. And so even something like a sneak archery range could be disastrous for your opponent. So you do need to watch out for those kind of plays. So map aside, let's talk civs. Both are pretty good on water, but in different ways. So Dravidians, they have their dock, which doubles as a house, giving them giving them 5 pop space. Whereas Italians, their fishing ships, they cost less. So there are 64 wood instead of 75. And their dock tax, as well as their university tax, are cheaper, 33% cheaper, which is very nice. Dravidians, aside from the dock counting as a house, which you could see as the dock costing 25 less wood, they also get 200 free wood the moment they age up, which is pretty nice if you're opening especially galleys. Of course it helps with fires as well, but it's very good with galleys because they cost more wood compared to the fires. Ooh, Metalmania getting an attack from uphill, which is nice. Okay, also Italians, they spend less resources to age up, which, as you can see, allowed Metalmania to do a quicker build. Right, so he's going to go 18 villagers with loom, which is basically like 19 vills. And Loredek, he's going... I think he really messed his build here. He's going 21 vills with no loom. But he's still missing the food for the age up. Okay, there we go. And this is right after I told I think he's pretty good on water maps. Anyway. That said, Loredek has more fishing ships out compared to his opponent, who is already going for the second dock. Okay, Loredek is going to build his second one probably around here. And I expect fires from both players. So Metalmania already going for the gold. I think he will need more than 3 to keep up fires production from 2 docks. As you can see, Loredek is already sending 4 and he got no loom. So he will get to feudal with 50 extra gold compared to his opponent, which is basically 1 more fires he can make. Oh, and Metalmania going for some crazy walls. He has already walled off this side. And he's just going to wall the shoreline. I'm not too sure about walling this close to the water, because if you lose water, then, I mean, these are useless, right? Because, I mean, unless your opponent is going for transport. But, for example, here, a fire, if you lose water, a fire is going to be able to break through. So I would have liked to see, like, maybe like this. Yeah. But it's fine, because he got to fuel faster. He should be able to win water, although... Yeah, Loredek making use of the extra wood he gets from aging up. He's going straight into 3 dock production. Metalmania just dropping down the 3rd one right now, but he's not going to have the gold to keep it up the production. He's going to have the wood, but not the gold. So Loredek, he has 6 on gold, so he's going to be able to keep that up. 3 fires out, just like his opponent. I don't know if that was intentional, but he was using the fishing ships to tank some hits. He's going to win this. Probably. Yeah, he will. No repair wills from either player. Oh no, actually they're coming for Loredek. Okay, and behind this, yeah, Loredek with a better eco, I would say. Better eco setup. He's got his parries. I wouldn't be surprised if he got Horse Collar any moment now. And went into farms behind that. He's got a lot of wood. And I would even say... So I know you're very close to your opponent with your dock. So you want to stay on fires. But I would say at this point, considering how strongly you're winning with the fires, you could consider switching into galleys. So you can snipe any demos which may be coming. And, well, we see them. It's easier to snipe fishing ships. It's easier to snipe vills trying to wall behind. I would like to see... Yeah, I would like to see galleys behind this. Okay, Loredek is adding a market. I don't think he wants to buy his way to feudal, so I'm not sure what he's thinking there. But yeah, he's going crazy into the fires, and ooh, he's getting the gold upgrade before the horse collar. That's interesting. Yeah, and he's keeping an eye on this side just to prevent his opponent from maybe docking in a sneaky way, which honestly Metalmania could do. Just now getting loom, dropping off a blacksmith. Okay, Demo taking down a single fire. I mean, this single demo... I'd rather see the demo on the fishing ships, right? Because at this moment you have to realize I lost water. So let's just try to take down the fishing ships. So this amount of investment from Loredek is going to be pretty much pointless. Or rather, he will have to invest even more wood to get some food out of this. And let's focus our resources on farms. A single demo here could take down the 4 fishing ships, to be honest. fourth dock from Magdex. So he wants... I don't think this is going to be for production. He actually stopped fire galleys. And he's now making more fishing ships. So he's probably just going to drop more docks to make the fishing ships more efficient, right? So one here, probably one here. I don't think this amount of fires is the meta here. I guess he just wanted to make sure he won water. And then he'll take it from there. He's up to castle faster. I mean, Metalmania, I think he's missing the buildings. Yeah, he is. But he's about to have the resources for going up with Italians. I think it's 680 and 180 for Italians, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait, it's 20% discount, right? So, probably something different. Okay, we have a blacksmith. I'm guessing as soon as he has the wood, we'll be seeing a market as well, but by that side, Magdex is going to be in Castle 8. And okay, he has no barracks, so he might be thinking Siege Monk push, which is not ideal with Ravinius. You do get cheaper siege when it comes to wood, and you have the Siege Elephant, but your monks, I mean, they're nothing too crazy. You're missing Redemption. Illumination is not... It's not that much of a big deal. You do get block printing, but yeah, Redemption is a big deal. So Magdex in Castle Age. Okay, no, he's going for more TCs. So he's just going to use the water advantage he has to boom away behind this. Okay, Metalmania clicks now. I mean, he's going to be safe for the time being because of the amount of houses he made as part of his wall. If this blacksmith goes down, you still have a hole in between these two houses. I'm not sure about these two. I mean, sorry, you have a hole between the house and the market. I'm not sure about these two houses. I think there is a hole. Also, there is some lingering fire, not sure why. Wait. Is it like this in game as well? Or is it just capture it? Okay, it's just a capture it thing. So we went from Smoking Vills to Hellfires, I guess. I'm not sure. This is cool though. Okay, there's the siege workshop from Loredek. He probably figured, okay, I have my eco set up. Let's go on the aggressive now. And this is a constant on his gameplay, right? We saw it in the previous one as well. He first goes for eco, and then goes for units behind that. And being Dravidians, his barrack techs are going to be 50% cheaper. So that's probably what he's thinking. Cheaper barrack upgrades, cheaper siege. Okay, no, there's a mangonel. I was about to say, oh, he's going longswords rams again. Oh, well, he doesn't have the classic rams, so that's not a thought. Castle, is he going Urumi? Oh, please go Urumi. I want to see those. Okay, I like how Metalmania made a castle, but he is not making Genoese because they are going to be pretty pointless against Dravidians. because you have no stable units. So you might as well just go for crossbows. Which, by the way, since the new patch, are going to be insane with Italians because they get +1/+1 armor for free as a bonus. Whereas before it was just the unique tech. Now you have that available as soon as you get to feudal for free. And they also have a new unique tech in Imperial Age. Oh, it's okay, it still shows the old text. So Pavise was removed and was given as a bonus. Now you have Silk Road in Castle Age. And then for Imperial Age you have Pyrotechnia, if I'm not mistaken. And what it does, it basically makes your hand cannons projectiles behave like Scorpion projectiles, so they deal pass-through damage. Not by an insane amount, but they still do it. And yeah, Jambos, they do get bonus damage against fire ships. Well, ships in general. Okay, we have Imperial from Metalmania. And honestly, if he can get, let's say, bombard cannons and hand cannons going here, that could be tricky for the Dravidians. Bombard cannons will be able to take down the fire ships. And he could even use the position to drop another castle here and get safe passage through this water. Oh, no. No. He's getting scaled. No, okay, he's going for Condottieri. I'm not sure I like that. Not with this eco setup. Condottieri are pretty expensive. I think it's 50 food, 35 gold, something like that. So it's not going to be easy to keep up the production if he goes for those. Like the fish traps from Loredek. Did he get gill nets? Yeah, he did. And okay, he's going up himself. So Metalmania is going to have the advantage to chemistry, although he doesn't have a university at the moment. Okay, Loredek made an outpost here. Does he know about the barracks? He does. He does know about the barracks. Okay, because there's another outpost over there. Yeah, and we have the Condottieri. I don't know. I'm not convinced. So Condottieri are great against gunpowder, but they're not the best against other ranged units. Well, they're great against skirmishers, of course, but yeah. And Loredek is going to know about the Condottieri. And yeah, he's going for Urumi. So Urumi should be quite decent against Condottieri. Of course, he needs to mess them up. Okay, Scorpion as well is going to be nice. So yeah, Urumi Siege is going to be the killer against the Condottieri. I mean, the moment he saw the Condottieri, he could have even dropped... Well, not dropped. He could have even queued a couple of demos. Just for good measure. Fires didn't do that much against the Condottieri, but yeah. Yeah, Metalmania just calls the GG because he knows he's behind Nico. And he's going to get countered by the Dravidian infantry. Okay, so Loredek taking the set 2-0. Quite convincingly, I would say. Yeah, he almost had double the resources collected. Better uptimes. Oh, he was actually slower to feudal, but he opened 3 dogs against 2, so that really made the difference. Okay. I think I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks to anyone who joined. Let me see real quick if there's anyone I can raise.